Okay, the first reason why the Isle of Wight beaches are probably the best beaches for those of us who are coming from the Caribbean, who are used to nice beaches, is the water quality. When you come to the Isle of Wight, the water quality is very high. You can see the water behind me. It happens to be low tide right now, which is a disadvantage of the beaches in England in general. They have very high tide turnovers, but the water quality on these Isle of Wight beaches is very, very high. They're located basically in the sort of the English Channel, so the water is quite fresh coming in. The high tide turnover means that the water that comes in is quite good. There's a very good control on any pollution, so the water is just clear, and you know, it's just what you're not used to when you go to some of the places to swim in England, where the water can be cloudy. Here in the Isle of Wight, as you can see behind me, you can see down to the bottom of the sand. You can see all of the different shellfish and different things, that even fish swimming around your feet, which is always a good sign. The water quality you enjoy. Happens to be very salty water. You get out, you see lots of salt on you, but that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. So number one reason why I recommend the Isle of Wight, in particular the beaches of Ryde and the Southdown beaches, Sandown beaches, is the water quality. Okay, the number two reason why the Isle of Wight beaches, especially Sandown and Ryde beaches, are the best, one of the best choices if you're in England, if you're in the UK, for people that are from the Caribbean who are used to nice beaches. The number two reason is the sand. I mean, look at that sand behind me. You can see it's white, it's sandy. It's not, a lot of the beaches, if you don't know, in England are what they call shingle beaches, and so they have these large, like pebble, rocky, basically beaches. They're very hard to walk on. You definitely can't lay on them. You can probably sit on them. You can walk out to the water, but the beaches here in the Isle of Wight, they have actual sand, okay? And especially Ryde beaches and Sandown, beautiful, beautiful beaches. You could, if I hadn't if I could kind of filter the shot or whatever, you would probably think that I was somewhere in the Caribbean. And on a nice hot day, right now it's heat waves going on in the UK, is nothing beating this. Combined with that number one reason, which is the water quality and the clarity of the water, the sand makes it, you know, one of the best beaches for families and for just sun tanning, laying down on the beach. Beautiful sandy beaches. So that's the number two reason. If you're looking for a nice beach, Isle of Wight, especially Ryde, okay, or Sandown beaches, beautiful. Number two reason. Okay, my phone's about to die, so I'm going to see if I can do the number three reason and number four reasons together of why the Isle of Wight beaches, especially Ryde and Sandown beaches, are the best beaches for those of us from the Caribbean. The number 3 reason is the ease of how you can get here. Okay, the ease, the amenities that are nearby. So right next to the beach, you see a harbor, and a marina, and that right behind the marina, you have restaurants and all the different things you may need if you're by yourself or if you're family. You can do crab fishing right there, right next to the beach in the marina. Okay, so it's the ease of getting here and the amenities that make this the number 3 reasons why the beaches are so good for us who are coming from the Caribbean. Okay, and the number 4 reason is the people. The people over here in the Isle of Wight, they're just a different breed. They're much friendlier. A lot of them come from the mainland, but because they're over here, they're living a different life, as close to kind of southern life as you can in England. The people are just much friendlier, they're much open, they're eager to give you advice. They're happy to talk to you and tell you where you need to go and what you should be doing as a tourist or a visitor. So that's the number 4 reason of why I would come as someone who's come from the Caribbean looking for a nice beach for the summer. It would be the ease of getting here, the people, and then number 5, my wife told me to make sure I put this in, is the affordability. Okay, it's quite close from London. It's only about an hour and a half, 2 hours max to get here from like London area, and you can come by car, you can come by train if you want. Okay, and you just hop on the ferry. The ferry is not too much. You can even bring your car on the ferry, which costs a lot more, but the cost is quite decent, and you're still in the UK, so you have things which are quite cheap here in the UK. Okay, even on the Isle of Wight. So this is Dr. David Roots signing off as to what are the beaches that you need to visit. We've just come back from a visit to the Caribbean, and the beach here in the Isle of Wight is doing it for us, helping us to kind of get some sun and remind us of our roots as best as possible.